Welcome to Auction version 4, the event management software tool from Auction Systems. In this video in the EventPay series, I will show you how to charge the credit cards that have been retrieved into auction. You usually don't charge the credit cards until a day or two after the event is over. Before processing the cards, you must be sure that you've retrieved all the swipe data files from each EventPay app into the auction project. Then only process cards in auction after making sure the winning bids are correct and that you've entered into auction any cash and check payments you receive for purchases on event night. This is so that anyone who swiped a credit card at check-in or check-out who may have also given cash or a check for some or all of their purchases will have the correct remaining balance due, which could be zero if they paid for everything using the cash or check. If you need help making sure you have completed all the above steps and are ready to process, you can review the previous video in this series, number 1006, Preparing a Project for Credit Card Processing. If you're ready to charge all the cards, make sure your computer is connected to the internet. Open your auction project and on the main home task ribbon click Data Exchange and then choose Credit Card Sync. In the Credit Card Sync ribbon, choose Process Payments. In the Process Payment screen, you will see a list on the right that contains every bidder that is currently marked as QC, which means that encrypted credit card information has been retrieved into auction and is associated with that bid number. If you happen to see anyone in this list that has two bid numbers separated by a slash, please call us so we can help you sort it out before you attempt to process. Our phone number is 719-520-3245. When using credit card processing, households should only get one bid number. Households with two bid numbers will generate an error, and all the payments will be charged to the first bid number, which may not be correct. All these bidders in this list will be sent up to be processed. Some of these bidders may have a zero balance due. It's okay to leave them in the list because if they have a zero balance due, you won't charge them anything when you process payments. If you would like to remove them from the list so that the processing will be a little bit faster, since you're not spending time sending credit card information for people that don't owe anything, you can refine this list to just people that have a non-zero balance due. To do a refinement to non-zero balance, make sure this AND button has the dark background and use this pull down to the right to choose Balance Due from Guest. When you have selected Balance Due from Guest, some choices show up and the one that you want is non-zero. So make sure that that is the button selected. It has the dark background. Then on the right of the screen, the list of people with quick checkout will now not include anyone with a zero balance due. Then the only thing left to do is to fill in your merchant ID. This is the merchant ID number you or your organization's representative received in an email from Card Connect when they signed and submitted the merchant agreement application. If you do not know what this number is, please give us a call because we can look it up for you. This merchant ID tells the processor to deposit the proceeds into your organization's bank account. Do not change any of these other fields. The username here tells the processor that the incoming file is coming from Auction Systems software, so they know how to handle the file. The password is hidden from you, but this is our password, so they know that the file is legitimately coming from Auction Systems software. When you type in your merchant ID, this lower purple button is activated. Press Process and Record Payments Now. But before it actually processes, you have to answer a few questions. You must click this lower button which states that you have imported data from every EventPay swiping station and resolved any errors as part of that import. Click this button if you agree. And then there's one more question. You will see two more large buttons activated to the right. The one that is currently selected is if you want to postpone processing at this time. If you want to postpone, just click Close on the ribbon. But if you want to proceed, you have to click this upper button. Clicking this button says you are agreeing that you have entered all check and cash payments and have reviewed the balance due for every guest that has a credit card on file. If you haven't done either of those things, click Postpone and go do them. If you have checked your winning bids and entered cash and check payments, and you know the amount to charge each card is correct, this upper button states that you understand you're responsible for the charges you are about to submit. Click that button and then click the Process Payments Now button, and processing will start. You will be shown back this screen, but everything will be grayed out. If you are processing just a few cards, it will all happen right away, really quickly. But if you're processing a lot of cards, if you look right here above the list of names, you may notice a countdown of the number of records that you have processed until it finishes. When the processing is complete, you will see a log. And of course, you hope for no warnings and no errors. So both of these buttons are grayed out. If they're both grayed out, all the cards were processed and you had no declines. You are done, and you should see the payments in your organization's bank account within 2 business days. Just close this log. If you have no errors, anyone who still owes for their purchases would have to be someone who your team did not successfully capture a credit card for at the event and they haven't paid by any other means. The report that shows who still owes can be found in the Reports section. Click Names, then click Household and Companies, then on the left-hand side choose All Names, and then underneath that choose Balance Due Non-Zero, either Summary or Detailed. If you have collected all the cash and check payments and you print this report after processing the credit cards, the report should be blank because everyone is paid in full. I will show you some ways to resolve declines in the next video in this series, but I would like to talk about one error report you could see, especially if your computer you are using for processing is on a network in an office environment. This error report will have a yellow line for every single card you attempted to charge, and the reason for the error is that a token could not be obtained. If a token could not be obtained for every single record during the processing, you have a permissions issue between your computer network and Card Connect, the processor. The simple solution for this problem is to try processing again from a different computer that is not on your network but is connected to the internet. This may mean you process from a computer at your home. You can make a backup of your project and then install Auction on a non-network computer such as your home PC. You'll have to license it using the same license keys for the organization. Then restore the backup on that new computer. Process the payments out of the office. Then make a backup of the project on that new computer after processing and restore the backup back to the office so that project in the office will have all those payments in there. Or another solution when every card was declined would be to give us a call at Auction Systems. We will ask you to attach a backup of your project to an email and send it to us at info@auctionsystems.com. We can process for you. Do not call Card Connect, the processor, for help. Their support personnel has no idea how to do a batch process through the auction software. So call us and we can help. Our phone number is 719-520-3245 or email us at info@auctionsystems.com. In the next video in this series, I will talk about how to resolve declines of a few bidders when most of the charges were successfully processed. In the next video in this EventPay series, I will talk about resolving declines. Thank you for joining us.